Hello everyone, V the Amazing Greek here. Today we're going to do a product review. As many of you who watch my channel know, I have a Kel-Tec Sub-2000. It's a 40 caliber carbine that takes a Glock 22 magazine, this particular one. The different Kel-Tec Sub-2000s, 9mm takes a couple different pistol type magazines, and the 40 takes a couple different ones. So if you have a sidearm, of course, it'll work in conjunction with this rifle. Now, I had ordered some Glock mags, Glock 22 mags from Glock, and shipping and everything when they got to me for two of them, it was like right around $50. So I started looking around, seeing if I could find a deal. Online, I really couldn't find anything cheaper. And I happened to go to my local Army surplus store. Sorry about that. And they had Glock 22 40 caliber round magazines. Of course, Glock 22, that's what it shoots. I only picked up one because they were $17. You know, with tax and everything, it was 18, 19 bucks. And I was like, shit, you know, I'll try one out, see how it does, and you know, if it works just as good, then I got a source right here. Don't have to wait on shipping. Pick them up. Well, okay, they comes, you know, typical brown wrapper stuff. It says made in Korea, and you know, stuff is made all over the damn place. So that really didn't worry me too much. I said I'd try it. Now, when I opened it up and I went to first put it in the into the Kel-Tec, which this is the actual Glock, I thought that I had actually bought the wrong magazine. Here's how the Glock one fits in, okay? This is Glock 15 rounder. Just like that, goes in, drops out. That's how it's supposed to work. Now the Korean one, when I went to put it in, I mean, within the first quarter to half inch, it was tight. And I was like, shit, I must have got, you know, maybe I'm picked up a Glock 19 or something. So I actually took my gun with me, went to the store, and said, you know, something's not right here. And you actually have to force it in, and then say you did have a need to quick change mags, this thing don't fall out. You have to physically pull it out. And I'm not so lazy that that's bothersome to me, but that is not how it's supposed to work, you know. If, God forbid, you ever having to lay rounds down, do a quick mag change, this ain't going to cut it. So as soon as it didn't work, I started examining this thing. And it actually, the way that this handle is put together, it's held together in the back and up here, not right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but when I start to put it in, it actually separates the plastic of the handle right there. And that's when I didn't force it in, and I went to the store because I did not want to mess the weapon up. So I started examining the magazine, and the first noticeable thing when I pulled that out of the package, and I had noticed this before, I thought there was a different reason for this. The Glock mag has notches on each side, and I believe that is for ambidextrous magazine release on a Glock. I think you can get that, or have that as a add-on thing. You know, you can switch out the magazine release so that you can do it either way. And I believe that that's what this is for. Now the Korean one, and the name of the company on this is American Tactical. First off, it's made in Korea. Don't call yourself American Tactical. That's pretty bad. You know, you're making the shit in Korea. You know, call it Korean Tactical or American Korean, or it's not American. Okay, first off, you're sending jobs over there. So you have this difference here, where it doesn't have for the release. And I said, okay, maybe I got a little material there. But the witness mark, and that means where I'm seeing the rubbing at, is right here. So it's too thick. My calipers, my battery's dead in it, so I can't find out exactly how much thicker it is. But so as I start examining this some more, when they made this injection molded plastic, it has a lot of flash left over. That's quality control things. What that means is when they inject mold something, there's two halves to a die. They got the shape reverse cut out in there. Comes together. Hot plastic is put in through a nozzle. It feeds in there under pressure, and then it opens up after a short cool period, and out drops whatever product it is. So what's happening here is when the molds are put together, something is not exactly right. And if you've ever owned anything made of plastic, which almost all of you have, sometimes where the seams are, you get that little piece. Sometimes it cuts you or nicks you, and you have to kind of trim it off with a little razor blade or something like that. Well, that was all over this. All up in here around where you put the shells and stuff. So I tried to clean some of that up, and it still has some. So that right there told me is not quite the quality control that the actual Glock has. So I said, well, in and out at the range, no big deal, I'll use it. So I took it to the range first couple times, and then yesterday when we went and shot the AR-15 I had said in the previous video it was an M4, but I explained some of that in the details. That's if you're a civilian, you have an AR, you don't have an M4. But as I was using this, all of a sudden, and let's see, 3 times to the range, probably filled it up 4 or 5 times. Now, I would fire 2-3 rounds, and I would have a failure to feed. So I pulled back, looking if I had something cocked wrong or not. I pulled the magazine out, and my bullet was down here. It just would not feed up. So I don't know if some of this flash, as it's being used, has fallen down in there, clogging up the spring or what, but it failed to feed 2 different times. And as soon as it did it the second time, I took the bullets out, I chucked this in my range bag, and to hell with that. I'm not going to use it no more because that's dangerous. If you're dependent on a weapon, like I said, God forbid, to save your life, or in a dire situation, you don't want something that fails. So I will try to save $1 here and there, but this is a product I will not buy again, and I couldn't recommend it. If it's going to fail to feed alone, regardless if I don't care if it's tight in there or not, putting it in and pulling it out of the handle, if it's not going to put a bullet in the chamber so I can shoot what I need to shoot, that'll get me killed. Reaction times to situations are short. I mean, it's real short. So that kind of shit right there is unacceptable. So I have to give this one a no-go. American Tactical. They come in a packaging like this, 40 Smith & Wesson Glock 22 15 rounder. It might be a couple dollars cheaper, but it's not worth it. So I'll stick with the Glock factory. They know what they're doing, and I've heard nothing bad about the Glock product. So that's my 2 cents and my experiences with it. Like I said, when I first used it, it fed fine. After 3 trips to the range, I'm probably refilling it 2 or 3 times on each trip. It began to fail, and that's unacceptable. So I'll either give this to somebody who has a Glock pistol and wants to dick with it, or maybe they know, oh, I can fix the spring and shit in there. Hey, I'll send it to you. I'm not gonna use it. Give me $10 or something, you can have it. But that's my 2 cents on that. So I just can't recommend that one. So stick with the Glock. That stuff works. They know what they're doing. They're made for their guns, and like I said, everything I've read about the Glock-made Glock magazines are just top-notch. So I'm V the Amazing Greek. I hope this helps somebody, or somebody that had the same issues. You're like, oh, I thought I just got a bad one. So So it just, the quality control ain't there. So sorry about that one. But you guys take it easy. Hope this helps somebody out. I'll see you next time.